Welcome everyone, Blue here at Particle Measuring Systems. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Paul Hardigan. Paul has been with PMS for 15 years and has held a variety of product line manager positions with the company, as well as presenting at life sciences industry events. Hi Paul, how are you?
I'm doing today. How are you?
I'm great. On a scale of 0 to 10, how excited are you about this discussion?
Oh, I'm up at a 10 for sure.
Wonderful. All right. So to start off, please tell me about the Minicapt Pro instrument from Particle Measuring Systems.
Well, at the highest level, the Minicapt Pro is a remote continuous microbial sampler that actually incorporates into environmental monitoring systems to monitor for microbial activity or biological activity that might occur in clean rooms. This unit actually replaces our existing product called the Minicapt Remote. It's a completely redesign of the product. The Minicapt Remote's been out for about 6-7 years now, so this is a brand new update on that product line. And actually, what we're coming out is not just a single instrument replacing it. We're actually replacing it with two different instruments. One's called the Minicapt Pro E, and the other one's called the Minicapt Pro Plus. The main differences between the two units is the Pro E is a unit that is just set up for microbial sampling, has a built-in pump in the unit, and uses power over Ethernet, which is a lower power consumption setup. Whereas the Minicapt Pro Plus is more of a full feature product. You can use AC power with it, DC power with it. Still has the built-in pump, has digital options available, has wireless communication capability in it as well. So you've got a full feature product, and you've got a basically stripped down version of that same product that can be used for doing the same kind of measurements.
So you mentioned the Pro Series. What is that?
The Pro Series is a series of products that we offer that are the sensors that monitor monitoring clean rooms. If you take a look at our offering, there's a contamination control monitors, there's services, there's advisory services, and there's FMS systems. This falls under our contamination monitors. So these are sensors that monitor the various clean room and various activities going on, but they also actually get incorporated into the facility monitoring systems that monitor the overall control of the clean room and provide data out. So they're an important part of the monitoring system as well. The Minicapt Pro adds on to the addition to our IsoAir Pro, our Laser Pro. It's a continuation of the Pro Series product line that we've been bringing out over the last 2 years.
Great. And what is Particle Measuring Systems' FMS solution?
Our facility monitoring system incorporates a variety of different sensors, everything from particle counters to microbial air samplers. We can incorporate temperature sensors, humidity sensors, and all of this controls and monitors what's going on in the clean room and provides reports out for our customers in a simple to easy to submit format to show the clean rooms are under control. And it also gives you an alarming functions if things do get out of control. It provides you to have a way to have an action to stop the process or go in and make corrections as needed as well.
So what are some of the key differences in this generation of product from the previous generation?
Well, we've created two separate products, the Minicapt Pro E and the Minicapt Pro Plus. They use about 85% of the same components between the two different units, but they're designed for a little bit different purposes. The Pro E is ideally suited for systems that don't need a lot of advanced features. Essentially, what it is a vacuum source that allows us to connect the BioCap single use or the BioCap stainless steel to the top of the unit and using those for the biological impactors. Collecting microbial or viable air samples into those plates and sending them off to the lab to be analyzed later. The Pro E is actually designed to use only PoE, which is a low power consumption method for powering the system. So you don't need to have expensive and complicated installation and wiring. Simple Ethernet, hook it into PoE, and it'll run fine. The Pro Plus is a similar type unit, same methodology where it's got the built-in pump for the impactor heads to go on top of it. But the Pro E, whereas that only use PoE, the Pro Plus, you can use AC power, DC power, has options of having digital inputs and outputs, as well as having the capability of being wireless communications on the system as well. So both these units are housed in a similar enclosure. It's an IP65 enclosure, nice and sealed up, so in those environments where there's washing and cleaning, it's not going to damage the electronics. But they have a little bit different purposes. Both those systems will connect back into the facility monitoring system from PMS, which is Facility Pro, or it can connect into other customer systems via Modbus communications if they have that option available.
Fantastic. You talked about additional improvements. What were some of those improvements over the previous generation of counters?
Well, one of the big pieces was IP65, which is an ingredient protection against water being splashed on it or liquids being splashed on it. Where these instruments are going into clean rooms, a lot of times there's a lot of washing and cleaning functions that are occurring. If the units aren't sealed up, you can get moisture inside of them and cause damage to the electronics. So this is a change from our previous generation. These are all IP65 rated units. Additionally, something we hadn't talked about up to now was we incorporated what I'd like to call a kind of a smart mounting bracket. This is where the unit itself can be attached to a bracket that's permanently mounted in a location. On that bracket, there's an NFC tag, which can store the IP address or the location information. These units now have the capability of reading that IP address and saying, hey, I'm mounted in location 1, and for some reason I take that out, send it off to service and bring it back. I can reinstall the same unit back in the same location or a different location without having to reprogram it and potentially making a mistake thinking I'm monitoring unit 1 where actually I'm monitoring unit 2. So the NFC allows us to have a lot more flexibility and simplicity after being serviced, where the customer doesn't have to go back in and reprogram the system every time. Nice, easy, quick, simple, plug and play, let you go back and go continuous monitoring.
That's amazing. Any final thoughts on the Minicapt Pro product offering?
Well, while the instrument designs themselves are important, you also have to think about, instead of buying just unique, separate, individual instruments, how is this going to work into your overall facility monitoring system? Most facilities, you're not only doing particle monitoring, you're doing microbial sampling, you're doing temperature measurements, humidity measurements, and possibly other types of measurements that are in that process as well. We've designed the Pro series of product lines to work seamlessly. So the Minicapt Pro is designed for the microbial piece. We have an IsoAir Pro, which is designed for the particle counting portion of it. And all this connects into our overall system called the Facility Pro, which monitors both those sensors, turns them on, turns them off, can do various activities as needed for the different areas, as well as providing out reports, alarms, and information. So we've kind of integrated this in as a nice seamless way to connect all the particle counting and microbial sampling together into an automated control system that a lot of people are needing out there, and make it a lot simpler, the process of monitoring clean rooms.
Wonderful. Paul Hartigan, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. You're welcome, Blue.